Hey, good afternoon, guys. Tush coming at you out in the garage. Tuesday, July the 26th, just coming up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Nice day outside, comfortable in the garage, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 26 or 27 degrees Celsius. And we're back working on the 60 TR3A today. And we're going to go a little bit backwards, unfortunately. But something needs to be done. So, I've been having a bit of an issue, as you know, with my clutch. And it's more than just the clutch slave that needs attention. My reservoir has a bit of a leak, or a little weep down at the bottom, and I see a little pool of .5 underneath the, hiding underneath the lines here. So that's one problem that needs to be addressed. And I also have a secondary problem. I see I've got a bit of a leak back here on one of the, I know you probably can't see that, but on the fittings for the master, I've got that nut tightened down as far as it'll go, and I'm still getting a bit of a weep out of the back of the master. So that's a problem as well. So I'm not sure if the flare is bad or the tube nut's not bottoming out. I'm not sure. Regardless, it needs to be fixed because it's weeping, and I can see a little bit of residue of brake fluid down on the bottom of this little cavity here. So we need to address that. So it's a little more difficult than you can probably imagine. I think what I'm going to do is, over here I've got a rebuilt unit for my 59 that I haven't installed yet. So it's a complete unit. So I'm thinking of swapping the whole entire unit out from my 59 on the 60. I do have parts coming in the mail to fix this. I've got basically a new reservoir. I've got all new hoses coming. But unfortunately, they've screwed up in the shipping and they've sent it to my US mailing address, which I really no longer use, instead of sending it up to me here in Canada. So that package is going to be delayed significantly now. So I'm thinking that I might want to try to get this ready for the weekend up here, as it's a long weekend. So that would mean that I should just probably go ahead and swap this out with the other one that I have rebuilt already, and then fix this one up once the parts comes in. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, unfortunately, that entails quite a bit of work to get that unit out. It also probably entails me moving the windshield wiper motor off the car, which I'm not looking forward to. But I think that's probably the best course of action, is to just completely exchange the unit out and rebuild it off the car. Anyway, we're going to get to it. We're going to start playing around. We're going to start removing the clevis pins down here on the clutch and brake masters, so we can start unbolting that from the bottom. We've got to remove, like I said, the wiper motor. There's fasteners on the inside of the car as well as the outside of the car. Also the attachment to the rack there. So it's a little bit, like I said, more difficult than what you would think to get that unit out. Okay, guys, we're gonna get started. Guys, wiper motor's off and out of the way. We've just got it sitting on the floor over there. So on to the next thing is to remove that clutch and brake master cylinder box. And there's the big empty space left by the clutch and brake master cylinders. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to drop the pedal box, because I'm almost there anyway. I've dropped a nut down in here that I can't get to, and I don't want it jamming these. These are the clutch and brake pedals. So I don't want it jamming those, and I believe, if I recall correctly, I think I dropped one down there before and I didn't retrieve it. So now is a good opportunity for me to go ahead and drop the pedals from the inside of the car and drop them and find those that nut, at least maybe two nuts, and who else knows what I might find in there. Anyway, we'll do that in the near future. So I'm glad I dropped the brake and clutch pedals down. These were what I found inside. Like I said, I knew I'd dropped the nut inside there, and I recalled that I dropped something before, and obviously the clevis pin and spring were stuck in there as well, so they would have been rattling around. I don't know whether it affected anything within the cavity of that clutch and brake pedal, but it's better to get it out while I could, so I went ahead and did that. So a little bit more work. Pedals are out now, as you can see, so we'll just clean that area up and we'll start reinstalling. Alright guys, quick update for you. We've got the new master cylinders and the reservoir back in. as a unit and all hooked up, so ready to pretty much go there. I've just got to hook up the springs for the clutch and brake pedals underneath the dash. It's a bit of a pain in the ass actually working under the dash. There's a few fasteners that need to be undone and tightened underneath there, so it's pretty tight. So it wasn't too much fun getting that back in there. Anyway, we're going to get the wiper motor back installed, and then we should wrap it up. Alright guys, just coming up to 8 p.m. and it's all back together. Just need to fill up the reservoir, and then we've got to bleed the brakes and the clutch yet again. Before I do that, I'm going to play around with the clutch slave cylinder a little bit again. See if I can maybe shorten that push rod, as the last test didn't go so well. So that's the next step in the phase of this project. Clutch slave, fill the reservoir, and bleed both master cylinders. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow.